So easy. All you do is
Yeah, Mr. John Ashcroft.
That's right.
Yeah. So John, you've had a situation with basically court fraud.
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about yourself first. Where were you born?
I was born in Sheffield.
Right.
I've played a lot of football, a lot of sport. I had a small garage business up to being around 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the opportunity to look after immigrant families coming into Sheffield. By that I mean I bought into a guest house, and the business developed very surprisingly, very quickly into quite a substantial unit, and
right.
we were considered to be one of the foremost service providers for Sheffield City Council.
Right.
After some political activity by our friend and MP Nick Clegg.
Nick Clegg. Where did I hear that name before?
Yeah, well, his right-hand man was a guy called Scriven, who more or less started working for the Sheffield Council at the same time as myself.
Right.
But he wanted and needed a political career, and I happened to be the one that suffered as a result of that. I was attacked and gang-stalked from within the council,
right.
Basically taken out of business.
Gang-stalk.
Gang-stalk.
That's what we call swarming.
Yes.
They target you and they come after you in the council, the police, right. All sorts of other people. All of a sudden, mysteriously have an issue with you. At the same time, bailiffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, from around 2002 up until 2008, the business grew quickly. We got a very good reputation. We looked after over 100,000 people.
Jesus!
And
they could solve the housing crisis in London.
Well,
single-handed.
We never understood why they wanted to get rid of us, but it became evident.
You were too good.
Yeah, it became evident later. And we then discovered that we were not only being gang-stalked by the council, but we realised that we had a banking problem. And it certainly took some years after the closing of the business to discover that we were part of a conspiracy.
Right.
To fraud. You know.
And your bank was
on the business. Yeah.
Your bank.
The principal bank was Barclays.
Barclays. So
it was quickly followed by Lombard and Yorkshire Bank.
Right.
And then Engage Credit.
Right.
They came into it later on.
Okay.
So we had
So here you are, a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. Was that reason to say?
I would say something like that.
Right. And you. They want to say if you owed a bit of money, here or there, whatever, and then they want to pursue you for bankruptcy.
Well, they pressure me into bankruptcy.
Okay, when bankruptcy is based on the fact that you're unable to pay.
That's correct.
But you're not unable to pay because you're a multi-millionaire.
Well, supposedly.
Yeah, and you had numerous properties, businesses, blah, blah, blah.
I think we had 10 properties. And
10 properties.
We had some land and...
Right, and you had a going business.
Doing really well, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So there was no inkling that you could even be anywhere near a potential, possibly bankruptcy. Yeah.
It happened so quickly.
Yeah.
You can't. You can never be ready for it.
Okay.
You know, you've been attacked from every angle.
One of your things is that Barclays said they converted your company to a sole trader when you had a limited company.
Well, we were incorporated in... I was in the partnership originally in 2002.
Right.
I bought the partner out and incorporated the business.
And you had a bank account with the bank in the name of the company.
No, first of all, we had a bank within the first year. We had a bank account.
Yeah.
One bank account, and we functioned, but we were awaiting the incorporation.
Right. Certificate or whatever. Yeah.
From Barclays.
Companies. Okay.
Yeah. And then we discovered that this conspiracy had taken place, and The point of it all was that Barclays had lent us £5 million,
Right.
Unsecured.
Right.
And having realised this, because we, of a glitch, they decided, they felt they could go behind the certificate of incorporation. And
So they made a mistake. They lent you the money unsecured.
That's right.
Not that you weren't going to pay it back,
No.
but they didn't have any security.
That's right.
Because of their error.
Yes.
Now, when we're saying that, there is no evidence that they lent you money, because there's no evidence money transferring from their bank to yours. But that's a whole other matter.
Yeah.
We're going to skip that.
Yeah.
But long and short of it, they then...
Well, they decided, once they were aware of the situation, they decided they were going to reduce the agreement from a corporate agreement to a sole trader, which of course is completely unlawful.
But they can't in law.
They can't, but they did it. And,
Okay, so it's something else. They didn't do it, but they say they did it. They made a, it's like, I'm going to turn you into an elephant.
Exactly.
But I can't really do it, but I call you an elephant, so you're an elephant. Yeah.
So we start off as an incorporated company. This is in theory.
Yeah.
They make us into a sole trader to gain control.
They claim that you're a sole trader.
And the idea
when you're not a sole trader.
That's right.
Yeah.
The idea of this is to regain control of the property, which obviously they don't own.
They want to engineer a reason.
That's right.
Right.
And then later, 3 years later, they set up and they force us to set up a limited company bank account.
Right.
As a secondary account.
Yes.
And from then on, we, the rest is history. We would have never known anything about this, other than the political attack by Paul Scriven, the then leader of the Lib Dems in Sheffield. He was the council leader. So basically, that is the story in a nutshell.
So the bottom line is, how many properties they taken off you?
Up to press, they've taken 4 properties.
Okay, and according to them, you're bankrupt.
According to that.
So we're talking about the bankruptcy now, and this is where the fun begins.
Yeah, of course.
Because there were never any valid proceedings against you.
No, that's right.
You've never seen a petition.
Never.
You've never been served with any evidence. Your bankruptcy was the paperwork I saw was it $5,000 you owed, or 50?
No, 55,000.
55,000.
Yeah, against assets worth in the region of, conservatively, in the region of 7.5.
So you could have paid 55,000 in no time, right? So they didn't produce any evidence that you can't pay.
No.
There is no petition. There is no county court judgment. We just checked your CCJ profile on the registry trust, and there's nothing there.
Absolutely.
So the information available in order which you could lawfully obtain a bankruptcy, according to the Insolvency Act on any law, common law, whatever, there's nothing there that could justify a bankruptcy.
Not at all. No.
Not at all.
No.
So you've been fighting them now for about 7 years or so.
That's right, since the end of 2009.
Right.
November 2009, when Yorkshire Bank commenced their action against us in the High Court.
Now, accordingly, how much money they're saying you owe now?
I think the final figure that the insolvency practitioner came out with, or the official receiver, was 6.2 million.
Okay, from 50 grand to 6.2 million.
That's right.
And have you seen an itemized breakdown of these figures?
No, it's only
Just spreadsheets.
Yeah.
And has these figures been taxed in any court, in a taxation court?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, and has it been even assessed in court?
Not as far as I know.
So they're just typing numbers on a paper.
That's correct.
And this is the story of most bankruptcies we come across. So now, what would you like to happen?
I would like my life back. I would.
Right.
I've had 7 years of adversity. It's been very difficult for me and my family. You know, my children and my grandchildren. You know, where I was at that point in life. You know, I'm no chicken. You know, I'm 68 years old.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
They grind you down. They call it the war of attrition. So they think they can grind you down over time, your energy, your time.
Yeah.
But you're not that kind of person.
I don't think so.
I can see you're going to get your own back. But so what would you like? I mean, you want your stuff back. You want your life back.
That's right. I just want I want to be able to sleep at night. You know, I don't want to be worrying about this for the rest of me.
What about other people who might become victims of all this crap?
Well, I certainly, you know, my experience. I've obviously amassed a load of experience through what's happened to me. I would want to feel that I could help people. I mean, my job at Peace Guest House was one of helping people. I was helping immigrants, you know, the homeless, the vulnerable, and I don't really see it as, you know, a situation where I couldn't be of some use to someone.
But what I mean is other victims, people might build up their business or their life with some assets and all this bogus court proceedings, because you could build something up, get something back, they come and use the same strategy to strike you again.
Well,
or your children, or your grandchildren.
I think hopefully I could advise anybody directly connected to me of the pitfalls. But we all believe that anyway. You know, I think we all get certainly a little bit complacent, and we're not ready for the sort of the underhanded concealment and fraud. And the conspiracy to, you know,
using make-believe court proceedings to steal your assets. That's the word. So, well, thank you very much, and we shall put this up for you.
Thank you.